three sisters. Once upon a time in Mrs. Price's house she had three daughters named Tony and Jessamine and Kim. At breakfast, Mrs. Price told her daughters that they had to move out. She was selling the house to move to a smaller place. Tony went over to her boyfriend's house and told Jess that her mother told them she had to move out. Tony asked if she could move in. Jess said, "I don't think so." They had a big fight and Tony stormed out of that house and got into her car and drove away. Jessamine was on her way to work when she saw a house made of sticks with 2 acres of land for sale. So she stopped and got the number of the real estate. Then she called them to see how much the property was. Jessamine decided to go to the bank and get her savings of $69,000, which was enough to buy the property. Kim looked in the real estate guide for a cheap rental property. She saw one for $150 per week. It was a one-bedroom unit made of straw. She went and looked at the property she liked at first sight and signed a lease. Tony was driving when she heard her mobile go off. She pulled off to the side of the road to check her mobile. It was from Jess and it said, "I am breaking up with you, Tony." Tony thought, what a jerk doing by text. After Tony read the text message, she decided to go for a walk to clear her head. She comes across this old guy. His name is Tony. Tony got into conversation with him and he told her that he had just built a brand new brick house, but his only daughter and her family had just moved to Maryland and had asked him to go with them. Tony said no need for a sale, as I will buy it. Tony purchased the property at a bargain as Tony wanted to leave right away to be with his family. The property has 10 acres and it cost $95,000. Lurking in the background watching the three little pigs get homes was a big black beady looking wolf. When he thought that Kim was home, one day he went to the door and banged on the door yelling, "Let me in, let me in." She yells back, "No, no, no." The wolf yells back, "If you don't let me in, I will huff and puff your house down." So he fills up his lungs, then with a great big exhale, he blew the straw house down. Kim then ran as fast as she could to her sister Jessamine's house. The house was made of sticks. They then jumped into Jessamine's car and raced off to Tony's house. The big black beady looking wolf arrives at Jessamine's house. Wolf decided that he would just blow her house down without any warning. After he blew it down and searched for them, he realised that they were not in the house. This made him feel quite angry, so he headed for Tony's house made of bricks. Tony called the sheriff for help. The sheriff gets there the same time as the big black beady wolf arrives. Before he has time to huff and puff the house down, the sheriff shoots a tranquilizer gun at him. Wolf falls to the ground. The big black beady wolf got thrown into jail. The two sisters that lost their homes went and lived with Tony. They were all so happy to be living together that Tony decided to build a granny flat so their mother could live with them as well. I just